What's going on, guys? JayDYGO. Today we are at the deck box with my boy Bradan. And Bradan, what are you playing?
Playing the Goblin Bikers.
And I know it's Goblin Bikers with some spice, right?
It's got some cards in it, some cash cards in it.
All right, man. Well, whenever you're ready, jump on in.
Let's get it. So first, got the Goblins. Got Triple Doug.
So what does Doug do for the folks that don't play Goblin?
Doug can detach from an Exceeds monster, summon itself, and then search a Goblin spell trap. You play 3 of. You never don't want to see it. It's the second best card in the archetype. I mean, and it can attach from your opponent's stuff too. So if they ever make Zeus on you, it's just like, well, that's kind of funny. Turn that off. Next, we got the other Goblin monsters. Got the Mean, the Biker, and the Boom.
Okay, so what did they do?
So this is in the graveyard, detached to summon itself, and then it gets to summon one from hand.
Nice.
It's pretty good. It's the only Goblin besides Clatter that you'll ever really want to normal summon. It's very good on the crackback. It's probably your best extender. Goblin Clatter is a quick effect on your opponent's turn to detach, guess that, to summon itself, and then it summons one from the grave. This card is pretty ridiculous because you can just summon back another Doug and get a search on their turn. It triggers your Doug, or not your Doug, it triggers your Bigabunga. I mean, pretty much, it does everything.
Hell yeah.
Boomlock is the bad one, but he's kind of needed. He's just a quick effect summon himself, and he has the really cool, fair restriction of not being able to summon him next turn.
Okay.
It's really awesome.
So pretty much like do it on your opponent's turn, just sweep it on their opponent.
Yes,
Nice.
pretty much.
Oh yeah.
All right, next we got the Goblin Spell Traps. I'm on 1 Grand Bash, 2 Entrance.
Nice. Okay. So what do these do?
So this is essentially Rhoda for a Goblin.
Nice. Okay.
And it can also detach one and then summon summon a Goblin from hand. This gives you an extra normal of a Goblin, makes all your Goblins have +300 attack per Goblin,
Nice.
and then you can also level modulate. You're pretty much always just making your Goblin 6s.
Nice,
The other
okay.
effect never comes up.
Cool.
And the reason I only play 2 of this is because you don't really want to see it. Like Doug, when you have an Exceeds monster, is a 1 card, but this is not, which kind of sucks.
Nice.
So I play 2 of, and yeah, that's pretty much it for the Goblin stuff.
Nice.
Next we got the cash stuff.
Oh, so the cast and
Yep.
yeah, because they're XYZs. Nice.
Yep.
Okay.
We got triple unicorn.
Yep.
Pretty much the best cash monster. 1 card combo, gets you into whatever you want. Dumb card, banish from the extra deck. I hate Promethean Princess. That's pretty much it. Pretty
I
self-explanatory.
think a lot of folks should know what cash stuff is by now.
Yeah. Also, if people see a cash monster, they're gonna have to negate it. If you special Fenrir and they don't negate it, they just over. And then you normal summon Tour Guide and make a 7 negate board. Next we have 2 Fenrir. I was thinking about putting this to 3, but I have no money, so
But hey, man, that works.
we rock with the 2.
They cooking?
I think also there's a reason to play it at 2. It's because you would always rather see Unicorn pretty much every single time. But putting this at 3, not a bad idea at all. Next, we have the other cash monsters. So we have 1 Ogre, 1 Scareclaw Kashtira, and 1 Rise Heart. Rise Heart's mandatory. It just does a lot. 2 card combo with Birth. So Ogre and Scareclaw I was thinking about cutting, but Ogre has won me like 4 games now.
Nice.
Because
Okay.
the trap, I don't know why, it just keeps going crazy. This card is very optional. It's a brick in your hand if you don't draw any other cash stuff. And even if you do draw other cash stuff, if they don't resolve, it kind of still sucks. So definitely cuttable. However, having another 7 and being able to banish Theosis sometimes just leads to like +3 scenarios and you just win the game.
Hell yeah, nice. Okay.
Also, yeah, I mean, there's nothing else to say about them. Next, we got the cash spell traps. So I'm playing 1 Birth, 1 Pressurized Planet, 1 Theosis, and the 1, whatever that one's name.
Preparations?
Yeah, Preparations. I'm an idiot. So 1 Birth, it's just a dumb card.
Yep.
Honestly, could play it at more. Pressurized Planet, I want to play more of, but it's a $40 card, so waiting for them reprints, for real.
Nice. Yep, get it in May.
Theosis, it's like, it sucks to draw by itself, because then it's a brick. But if you have any other cash name, it's the best card in the archetype.
Nice.
So it's very dependent. And then the 1 prep, because we're playing the Ogre, pretty self-explanatory.
Nice.
So that's all the cash stuff I play. Next we got the general 3 extenders that you kind of have to play. The only good normal summon, pretty much, in the deck, tour guide. 1 card combo leads to 5 interruptions, plus a billion.
Very nice.
Next is just, I got a bunch of 3s in here. So we got the 1 Kagamuche Knight. We have the Wielder and the Tracker. We got the 1 Tsukinocho, and my GOAT, the best card in the archetype, hands down. Has literally, every time I play him, I insta win. My opponent just scoops. They can't handle it. They just die immediately. It's just crazy.
So what does Spell Striker even do? I don't even know.
Spell Striker banishes a spell from your graveyard to special summon itself.
Wait. So you're saying there's synergy with Theosis and stuff?
So
hold on.
you just, if you don't want to play Scareclaw, you just play this, and then you just banish Theosis, and you're just like, oh, plus a billion. It's just a free. It's a time card too. This card is OD in time. It can attack directly, and you don't take any battle damage involved.
Oh my
so you
God.
can just summon him, punch, and then pass, and they can't do nothing.
I love it. Okay.
Suki is in here simply because sometimes you draw 1 cash spell or trap, and you can't do anything, and it's just better to get rid of it and get a 3. These 2, everybody knows them, really good. E-Telly, all that. Now, Kagamuche Knight is a card I was thinking about cutting because I did have a funny hand where I drew him and then the rest was cash, and I cried a little bit inside.
Yeah.
It sucked. So, if you want to play a different 3, like Nyan Nyan, I was going to play that one, Virtual World, but she decided she was not coming in.
Oh, gotcha.
So we rock with this. That's pretty much it for the 3s.
But damn, those 3s worked out for you though.
Yes. Yes, they did.
So is that pretty much like engine and like non-engine for the archetype?
Yeah, your extenders and stuff.
Nice.
So for hand traps, I play a little bit lighter. You could definitely argue for more, but I'm playing pretty light. So I've got 2 Ash,
Nice.
2 Bell, and I have the 1 Ogre.
Okay. All 3s,
So,
get you.
yep. Yeah, you play all 3s pretty much. If you're gonna play a hand trap, you side deck it. So like DD Crow, stuff that's really good in this meta, you really want to side, because like you just normal summon Ash, Wielder, Kagamuche, etc., and then you just go full combo.
Nice. Okay. Good point.
I play Belle over some of the other ones because Belle's just been really nice for me. Princess, all that stuff. And then the 1 Ogre is here because you set E-Telly, summon it off E-Telly. There's an extra interruption.
Nice.
And if they somehow negate it or whatever, you can still just make it into Exceeds.
Also, if you ever just need it, it's an interruption on the board.
Yeah. Also,
nice.
Voiceless Voice Hate, it's always a W. Next, we got the spells, traps, or just spells, right? Yeah, there's spells left. I got 1 trap. I'm playing 2 D-Fissure.
D5 crazy.
Card's pretty cringe, but I also hate losing to Droll.
Yeah.
This card,
You get all your materials back.
you don't care about this card at all. And people will say every single game that your monsters are banished. Do not listen to them. Exceeds materials don't count as monsters.
Exactly, yes sir.
Like I said, you don't die to Droll, which is colossal in this deck. It's huge. Next, we got the 1 Rhoda. Card does a lot. It can turn your 1 card cash garbage into like full combo. So like if you just draw Birth and this, you just search for the level 4. Forgot his name. Really good. You can also search Spell Striker off this.
Nice,
you can search Doug, Boom Mock.
Doug's a
ton of
warrior?
stuff. Yep.
Holy, I didn't know that.
A very good card. Does a lot.
Nice.
It can pivot into, like I said, it could be a 3 extender, a starter, whatever you want. Next, triple E-Telly. I don't need to talk about E-Telly. It's E-Telly. Does a lot. And then, come on now. I gotta play the 1 QCR triple tack.
Yes sir, there we go.
You can sub this for literally any card imaginable, but
I mean, it's pretty good this format, right?
it is very good this format. It's won me a lot of games actually, so
Oh, yeah.
honestly, if you wanted to increase this and make the deck list a little bit bigger, it probably wouldn't be bad.
Then you got a last card I'm seeing.
Yep,
there?
1 last trap. I hate this card. It's mandatory. It's in my hand every game. Full Armor Exceeds.
So this
playing-
what's the deal?
So it's a Exceed summon on their turn, and then engrave. It banishes itself to equip an Exceeds monster to an Exceeds monster. So it's very good unless you hard draw it.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'll explain why it's terrible if you hard draw it, but it's also really broken because most people just auto equip Lancer. That's like the default. But you can equip Doug, make him untargetable and indestructible.
Oh.
You can target another 7 in my extra deck, Burn Dragon, make him untargetable, indestructible like twice. You can also, one of my favorite things is you go Fenrir, Unicorn, do that, and Exceed summon for Burn Dragon on their turn.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
So it's
good
really
point.
good unless you hard draw it.
Solid.
So we got the extra deck.
Nice.
We got the one Barone. Oh,
Let me
sorry.
turn around. You're
Oh
good.
yeah, my bad. I forgot.
Oh, you're all good, bro.
Got the one Barone, the one IP, the one SP. Barone's good. You make Fenrir. Fenrir gets impermed. You E-Telly, make a 10 with the one of the 3s that's a tuner.
Normal cash lens, I get you.
Yep. IP, very cuttable.
Yeah.
The reason is you're locking yourself with the cash stuff a lot, but you don't care.
Yeah, it's in there if it comes up.
Yes.
Yeah.
SP is a broken card. We play it. That's how it is. Next, we got Lars. This is another card that's going to be changed when the trap comes out to Crazy Beast. But this is also one of your only forms of an Omni negate.
Nice.
So the deck can lose to evenly, but if you're smart, you'll just make Lars.
Nice.
Next, we got the hold on, the entire Armored Exceeds line. So we got the Dark Knight, we got the Full Crystal, the 5, the 3. So Full Crystal, a lot of people aren't playing, but this card, I think everybody should be playing it.
So what does it do?
So for one, on their turn, it's a whole board negate. So you just negate all their cards.
Nice, okay.
It gets large. It's got the same attack boost of this. And the main thing is sometimes you need one more material for your goblin lines. So a lot of times you want to banish the spell, add back a goblin, go mean effect, and then summon that. And this is your line to do it.
Okay.
It's a very good card. I think everybody should be playing it. It just goes crazy. Now the 5, me and this guy have beef. I draw the trap every game. And if this card has Exceeds material, you don't get to use him as Exceeds, like you can't Exceed summon with him, which
Oh, that's kind of ass. Actually.
really sucks. It's really bad. So a lot of times you'll be sitting there looking at this card on your field like, oh wait, I drew the trap, I lose. And so you have to do weird lines where you go mean, you don't get the extra summon from mean, or you have to banish the trap and just detach one and you don't get to add a goblin back. There's definitely ways around it. You're not dead on this, but it just sucks. You lose a lot of card advantage.
Gotcha.
The 3, I mean, he's just the GOAT. Draw 1, make Zeus sometimes, do whatever you want. 25 is huge. Alright, next, I'll do the generic other 3 stuff. So we got Cicada King, and we got Gossip Shadow. You need 2, because you're usually summoning 1 off Armored Exceeds, and this is nib protection, so you make this a lot constantly. You could argue for a Shura King, but I think in this version, you're not really ever summoning 3 goblins a lot. You kind of stick to 2, or that's kind of it.
Nice.
And then we got the 2 Bigabonga. It's literally me. Basic card off me. Best card in the archetype. Literally does everything for you. The add, and then it can target attach, and then it also at the end saves Eclipse a card. So a lot of times I found myself equipping like the bad ones or a mean if I didn't get to actually play, and then it just allows me to go follow up.
Nice. Oh yeah.
You can also trigger it off a billion things because it's off any Exceeds detach. So
any, that's
any
nice.
Exceeds detach, yes. So you go this, you negate, and then you suck up one, because Ghost Spell does hurt on the Clatter summon back, but you have a billion ways to do it. Cicada, I mean, like literally every card here detaches.
Very nice.
Next, we got Zeus. I'm playing Exceeds deck, you play Zeus. That's how it is. And then my 2 7s are Shangri-La and Red Eyes Flare Metal.
Oh yeah, get the time though.
Yes. Red Eyes Flare, funny card, makes me laugh. Shangri-La is Shangri-La. There's also another 7 that is Fire King Hate, where you just like target one in their graveyard and it becomes, what's it called? Unaffected by all of that types. So you just target a fire, it becomes a fire, and they can't do anything to it.
Nice.
And it
Master of
also,
Blades, was it?
yeah, it's also a DD Crow. No,
Nice.
not, what is it called? I don't know. It's a 7. Somebody will find it. Somebody knows. That's the extra. I think there's a lot of room for change. Not a lot of room. I think you cut this card is the room for improvement.
Nice. Hell yeah.
Do you want to show off the side deck too?
Yeah, it's pretty terrible, but might as well.
Is
Might
it
as
working
well.
for you?
Somewhat, yeah.
Okay.
It's very. This is like the 2nd time I played this, 3rd or something.
I was like, you cooked Thursday. Yeah. You got top
So I
4.
cooked Thursday, and then the other locals I got 2nd. So it's okay.
Oh yeah.
So we got the one Spooky. I want to play the other Ghost Girl. I don't remember her name, but she's essentially an Imperm with Burn.
Oh,
I think that
Murner?
one's I think that
Yeah.
one's better, but I don't own that one, so we go with that.
Nice.
We go double Nib. When you want to see Nib, you really want it. I'd play 3, but I don't know where my 3rd one is.
This was the rank 7
Yeah.
we were talking about. Harmonizer.
Can I even focus on? Yeah, that one.
Okay.
And then we play 2 Shifter. This card could probably be changed for something else.
I mean, shifters.
However, when you resolve this card, you win half the time. They just don't even let you play. But if you draw all goblins in this, then it is really not good. We got the 1 Harpies. I know I play Shifter in this, but I hate Floodgates, so I play the back row I hate. Double Droplet is really good. You have a lot of garbage to send on it. You have a lot of bricks that you want in the graveyard, so this card is very good.
Makes sense, yeah.
I have 1 Caldwell in the side because I'm playing the Fissure in the main.
Oh,
I
fair.
have drawn those 2 cards together 862 times, so it's on the side.
That was a very specific number, but alright.
Yes. I've been keeping track. It's been really bugging me.
Got it in a notebook in the hole.
Got the double Imperm.
Solid, solid.
I'm playing the 1 Stampede.
What does Stampede do?
It's basically Imperm, but bad. It gets to detach and then negate. And then the other effect that almost never happens is you get to exceeds a goblin monster. The only goblin monster you can literally make is Kabanga. And the other one coming out is just terrible. It makes me sad. This card will be completely obliterated from the main and the side as soon as the other one comes out, because the other one is very good. The last sides, we have Crazy Beast. This is the card that's going to replace Lars, because you can make him super easy when the trap comes out. You have the 1 Ashura King, Zeus Turbo, make format. It gets humongous, and it's the monster. And the 1 Typhon.
Typhon solid.
Typhon is kind of a crutch sometimes when you're trying to break a board, so that's why I put him to the side. He's still a very good card though.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. That's all I got.
Well, yeah. Well, so tell us about your experience with Epic. How does it feel against this meta, you think?
So I guess this meta.
I guess let me rephrase. How does it fit with our locals meta, where we have like a lot of meta and then like rogue?
Okay, so against things like Fire King, Voiceless Voice, the deck is pretty good. It can fight back a lot and it can kind of stick in the grind game, especially with stuff like Fissure and Shifter. I'm playing a lot of Fire King hate, and then with like Voiceless Voice, you just funny ogre, they lose. The only problem with this deck is it loses to stun kind of hard. You can play through stuff like Skill Drain and like Graveyard Hate and stuff like that, but as soon as they activate Summon Limit, you just lose.
Yeah, that's fair.
You go home. Other than that, it doesn't really hard lose to anything, except for what's the trap? Just you can't summon from the extra deck one. Lab uses it. They get to select a type. You can't summon any of them. D-Barrier, yep.
Yeah.
It loses to that, unless you just do cash stuff and you pass on Unicorn Fender and you laugh. But other than that, there's nothing really hard you lose to. Droll and Nib are your biggest threats. If you just draw the Fissure, you don't lose to Droll. Nib is always a threat, 24/7. So a lot of the times what you're going to want to do is do cash stuff and then just like normal a tour guide and make Gossip Shadow so you don't lose to Nib.
Solid, okay.
Yeah, but other than that, you don't lose to any one hand trap. You really don't lose just to one of those. You lose to Ash, Nib, stuff like that, like 2 of them. The synergies are very good in this deck, I think. I think the only other deck variants that I would try are Horus and Super Heavy. Those are both very good. Super Heavy sucks because Benki's in my hand every game. Makes me want to cry. Horus is a $170 engine, so I will absolutely not be playing that. I couldn't even afford a 3rd Fenrir.
Making valid points
Yep.
out here.
So those are the other versions I would play. But like I said, like you just go Unicorn Doug is like 9 interruptions, plus a ridiculous
I saw the
follow-up,
board you made earlier. That was
plus
insane.
like 4 cards in hand. It's pretty ridiculous. So I'm loving this deck. Probably my new favorite deck. I was a Dragon Link player. And then they did things to that deck, so now we're on this.
All right, well, man, I appreciate the deck profile. But, yeah, keep cooking out there. We'll see you more on the channel, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right.